Go right over there.
Get ready for live stream curling. Only at curlingzone.com.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Missisauga Golf Country Club and to the 2016 Ontario Junior Curling Championship. Here we are at Mississauga with the final of the men's championship. Team Key against Team Calwell. I have two commentators with me. I've got Janet Murphy and I've got Cody Moss. How are you two guys?
We're great.
Very good. Excited to watch this one.
Yeah, it should be good. We've watched some fantastic curling over the course of this week, both on the junior women's side and on the junior men's side. And are we hunting for something, guys?
Just checking our overhead cameras here, Hugh.
No, checking our overhead cameras. Oh, we're looking to see that we've got an overhead shot. In any case, we've just begun the game, and it looks as though they're going to create a barn burner for us right from the start. Doug Key throwing up a corner guard after Matt Calwell calls for a stone top 8 foot.
This is great. Exactly what the fans wanted to see. Top 8, corner guard, game on. Wondered if we might see a little bit of tentative play in the first end with emotions running a little bit high, the nervous excitement. But we're going to go with offense right from square one.
Mm-hmm. We saw these two teams. Cody and I commentated the Thursday 5 o'clock game and watched these two teams play on this sheet. Same color rocks we've even noticed. And it was a great game. Went to an extra end with Doug Key winning that game. He went through the round robin with a perfect 7-0 record, and the Calwell team came through the semifinal this morning with a victory over the Pascal Michaud's rink from Annandale.
Sounded like another good game.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, all accounts by the spectators, and the line score looked really close, tied coming home.
Mm-hmm. And Calwell had hammer, and he had to make a half rock hit to win the game.
We got the door open.
Successfully did that.
That's a big game for those guys. They limped a little bit into playoffs. Last night didn't have their strongest performance, finishing up the round robin. So they'll be really thrilled with their performance this morning.
Jason, stay close, Matt. Stay close, Matt. Jason. Go hard, buddy.
Curtis Easter trying to stick the shooter around here. Great to stay in the rings. That helps a lot. Makes the opponent chase that as opposed to going up and peeling the corner guard or playing into the middle.
Yeah, you can stay solid.
So second for Team Calwell is Morgan Calwell. We're going to see him play a hit out here.
Whoa, close. Yep, Matt. Yep.
Hard fight.
This will be fresh pebble too. You'll see it grab the fresh pebble a little bit, but they're holding it well. The one sweeper's holding it well out there. Very nice shot.
Throw some pretty crisp weight on a first end hit out to the corner.
No. Whatever you like. Cheering crowd and a half. Good brush.
Matt Hall being asked to remove that rock that was just thrown. The second for Team Key. I think you can see just all of that yellow stone behind the corner guard. So an opportunity to get a little bit of a roll in behind. Throwing a bit of weight though, just because it's that fresh pebble. Ice conditions still a little unknown out here. Playing a little bit on the safe side with the weight.
Kurt!
Trying to make it curl now with Kurt. Get a little inside roll. Still mostly open.
That was good for him, eh, bud?
We chatted on Thursday night. Both these teams, as well as most of the men's field, implementing this sweeping technique that we're seeing for the first time this year. Gushu started it right from September, and the other teams caught on pretty quick after they took it home and tried it themselves, realizing that quite an advantage.
Yes, I think so. Especially what I've noticed. We talked, and Cody, your team does this, and so does our team. And especially on ice that curls, I find that hair broom option really helps to finish rocks if they're in that sort of control weight and anywhere in the draw weight range. You can really get some good results.
Right, great shot there by Matt Hall and a fist pump. He likes it early. Emotions are running high here, right from end one. These guys are going to have to sustain that for upwards of 3 hours today. So we'll see if that keeps up.
Adrenaline's a wonderful thing.
Just burp.
So the Calwell team here will be looking to play a run back and use the red rock to remove the red rock. And if they're successful in doing this, I think we might see the key team move towards considering blanking the first net.
Morgan.
Matt. Hi, Morgan.
So this is what we're talking about. We don't often see both sweepers sweeping anymore. Just one sweep or the other. The push stroke being the most influential means that the person on the
So like this.
side that they're trying to make it curl towards will be pushing their push stroke, their downstroke with the brush. They're trying to make it curl or make it straight.
Well, there's number one.
We'll usually see a hair and a synthetic. The hair brush on the side that they want it to curl on, and a synthetic on the side that they want to keep it straight. A little hard to explain without seeing a rock come down the ice.
So we'll show. So Curtis is on the keep it straight side, we call it.
Yeah.
The rock is curling towards Curtis. So he's sweeping with the synthetic and actually reaching a little bit across the face of the rock to try and hold the rock in that path. Important for them to hold the shooter here, but probably would have preferred to roll to the other side and not group the rocks.
Doug would have preferred to keep that close to the nose or roll even to the other side of the rings to keep separation, but
Good firm. Last one.
left an opportunity here for Kurt Armstrong to get his team at a little bit of trouble. A nose hit or just a little bit on the high side, the broom side. Looks like both those will go away.
Close.
Whoa,
Whoa,
Morgan.
whoa.
Morgan!
So they're asking Morgan, who's got the
Morgan!
hair broom, and he's on the make it curl side, we call it. So he's pushing hard in hopes of getting that rock to
Perfect.
move up and
Great call.
successfully get that.
Nice controlled weight too. We see that soft weight thrown a lot more now with this new sweeping technique being played, with both brushers being able to influence the rock either straight or make it curl. You can't make it curl when you throw peel weight.
No.
Just a hair
But now you can play with that rock a lot more if you throw that nice controlled takeout weight.
Okay, give me a hair lash.
It's impressive to see these junior teams implementing that right away.
Yeah.
I mean, often when these changes are made, technique-wise, it's a year or two before the younger players kind of catch on to it and get a chance to practice it. But these are two of the top teams in the province. They have been all year, and they're on the cutting edge.
Yep, played in a lot of spiels and would have put a lot of hours onto the ice this season just to be here in this game today. So we'll see who rises to the occasion.
Go there. No, go there.
Okay.
Same weight here.
The junior season in Ontario is quite active. There's the Ontario Junior Curling Tour that starts with events as early as the Labor Day weekend. So a lot of these teams will have played,
Just under half. More like
every second weekend since September.
Simon, mine's wide. You got room.
Playdowns for the juniors in Ontario start in November, and they play a couple of weekends in an effort to qualify
Hard boys.
to come to the event here in early January. So
I spoke to a couple of the parents before the games. They said that these two teams, despite
Nice sweep, guys.
kind of their expectations to be two of the top teams in the province, actually did not play each other all year until the regional playdowns, which
interesting.
I thought was surprising.
Right, 'cause
Usually
they are
the top
both from the
teams
same
would,
region.
usually the top teams would see each other in a semi or final many times throughout the year, as you see on the regular tour too on TV. But not these guys. I know Calwell's team played a little more of the men's circuit. That might be part of the reason they focused their spiel season to try and get a little more competition, a little better competition.
yeah, so I was just referring to that these two teams are from the same region. So for those of you who may be watching, the Ontario playdown process for juniors for this year, which is the final year of this process, they're changing it for next year, is that the Southern Ontario is divided into 4 geographic regions. And teams enter based on where their home club is and play a double knockout down to declare 2 teams that represent each region at a 8-team provincial.
Skipper Matt Calwell trying to roll this into the rings. He needs to roll at least a foot to get this into the rings and force Doug into playing his last shot for the blank. Looks close. Very nice. And Doug's going to be a little bit careful with his last one. He's left a catcher, the red rock over on the side with his peel here to blank the end. He's going to have to hit a thinner than half a rock, I think, to get underneath that one. Otherwise, you might see a jam.
Yeah.
Could consider going the other way, but that's
A longer roll.
8 more feet that you have to roll. So, not an easy blank attempt, but certainly there.
Doug Key actually stayed down here at the throwing end, anticipating he was going to have a fairly simple shot. Each team's given 40 minutes of thinking time to play the game, so recognizing he was going to have a fairly straightforward shot, he opted to just stay down here and have his third Jason place the broom for him and save a few precious seconds he might like later on when the game's a little more complicated.
Perfectly executed. Some teams will opt not to do that even to save time, just so they're not interfering with their normal routine. They're going through the process on every shot, but Doug was comfortable with an open hit and open peel that he could save a few seconds there. So here we go again. We saw top 4 corner guard the last end. I think we might see a little more aggressive play from Doug here in the even ends now to try and score his 2. And Calwell's thinking the same thing. Yeah, he'd love to force here as well, or even go for a steal. So he's going to go short in the first one.
Yep. Yeah, we saw this from them the other day too, and you and I, Cody, talked about his options are either to go short and then come around, or go in and then guard it, because he should feel fairly certain that Key's going to go throw a corner guard here in an effort to work a deuce this end. So it looks as though the spark's sliding a bit. Now we saw this too. It's might leave it in this. Nope, it's going to stop short.
Perfect shot.
So
very nice by Matt Pretty to lead for Team Calwell.
So Key's going to opt to come around that. He could also throw a corner guard. Key for this one will be making sure he does not bring it in too deep, because the response shot from the Calwell team will be to freeze to it.
Okay. You got room. 7. You got room. 8.
You jinxed him. The sweepers are calling a little bit heavy, saying it's 7 on its own with no sweeping. That's T-line weight, and that's too much.
Yeah.
And this one's even heavier than that, so right off.
Hopeful.
Just hoping to stays in the rings.
I don't know, that might even be better than just sitting in the back of the button.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely better.
Yeah.
That's open. We can hit it if we need to.
So over in the ladies' game, I just saw the opening end for score. Looks like the Murphy team, throwing the Yellow Rocks, has stolen a point against the Marshall rink. So
I didn't see what happened in the last couple of rocks. It was wide open though. They were trading hits. So.
Classic Force blank attempt. A little bit wide. No, sorry. The Classic Force is the nose hit on the blank attempt. Sorry. The Classic Steel will call it.
Maybe a few nerves over there. These two teams that we're watching right now are experienced in junior provincials and even junior finals for that matter.
Yeah.
Both sides have players who have, if not won this championship, at least been in the final.
Yeah, the Key team, Doug played with McCready Rink a couple years ago.
What a good shot.
Yeah, great shot.
That's good.
Played
start
third,
for
and they
Team
were at the Canadians. Curtis Easter's been to a Canadian. All of these youngsters have been to these 6'2" youngsters have been to a Canadian championship. Matt Hall, it's his first year in junior play, but he represented Ontario as a skip last year at the Canada Winter Games with the silver medal there. So, and the Calwell team are all repeat performers, last year's defending champs.
Yeah, they'd love to win this championship to go back to the junior nationals and try and improve on their performance last year. I know they were a little disappointed with their record. Did get a chance to be the hometown favorites in Stratford.
How advantageous, Cody, is it to be able to play multiple times at the junior nationals?
Very, very advantageous. Don't use big words on me.
Sorry.
It's too early for that.
Sunday. Cody, you've played 3-4 times at the junior.
Three times at the Canadians. Yeah, and the experience you get there is invaluable. It's hard to replicate that in practice or in other competitions throughout the season. The Mississaugua Golf Committee here at this provincial have done a really good job by allowing the fans to go out on the ice.
That's a huge miss there.
With their cowbells and making noise, causing distractions. That's some of the things these guys will face in Stratford.
So Morgan, the second he must have just got that a little out on his in-turn hit attempt and actually didn't make contact with the key rock in the ring. So
Firm control.
they are now hitting to lay 3 with hammer in the second end.
Looking to roll away. They'd love to spread out those red rocks as much as they can so as not to leave a double back for Mac's team.
Lean, man. Real close.
Matt made a really great roll in the first end, so we'll see what he comes up with.
Whoa. Close. Jason. Whoa.
So he's asking Jason Kurt back for him. So there we saw some of that sweeping.
Really good shot. Really good shot.
Just
Slides it
misses
past the one in the
one.
back of the back of the 12
Very
foot.
impressive. Those rocks are fairly even, although the ability of the big weight that these youngsters have. Gotta stop calling them that. They're going to be able to, if not remove both rocks from the rings, definitely.
He'll be able to go beside it anyway. Group them anyway to make his next shot easier for sure.
Big roll's fine. Yeah. I mean, you can try it. I'd rather stick a rock in there than lose one. Stick it.
Good point there
Play
from Matt.
thick.
No bump on Matt's fine.
The lead mentioning the importance there of sticking the shooter around. They could go for the double. It might be there to get both reds out of the rings, but Matt emphasizing the importance to stick a shooter so that Key's team has to face it. Still throwing a lot of weight. Trying to make it curl now, seeing if they get at least an inside roll behind that yellow center guard. Not quite.
So Doug's going to need to be careful where he puts this one. He's with that nose hit, the rock's moving a little further up in the house and the double's becoming more available.
And you can't roll away to create that max
Wait, Matt.
separation. But it's
Alright.
difficult to without jamming on that back red red rock. So I think the nose hits the call. He's going to let Team Calwell take a run of that double. It's going to be pretty steep. If he noses this, it's going to be kind of a third or a quarter of a rock double for Calwell if he noses here.
And in addition, the
Whoa. Jason.
the rock, if the double is made, Key'll have just a
Good.
Very good.
Might be able to spin down.
So not only has the technique changed with his brushing,
Sure.
with the brushing,
There.
now the communication's
Just firm.
changed as well, right? It's no longer hard.
hurry hard.
It's no longer hard or roll. Now it's
Ish.
Names.
names and sides and inside outside. But these guys have done a really good job with it this week.
Getting a little easier too. I'm sure they're happier with only the one other game out there to hear each other back and forth. I sat out on the ice and it's hard out there with the athletes going at it.
Oh, good try. Just a little too thin. Tried to make it curl for him at the end, but now an opportunity by rolling out. Remember, Matt Pretty emphasized the importance of keeping the shooter around, losing it there. Now Doug can spread these rocks out.
This spot will still be really
8 feet
fresh.
apart here.
I think 3 feet. I think 3 feet more. Personally, I think we can.
See the boys at the other end switching their brooms around.
Making sure that the hair broom's on the curl side.
Got the hair broom, the guy with the hair broom on the high side of the stone, sweeping the low
All
side.
you guys.
Correct.
Yes.
Mine's
And
fine.
further
All you guys.
way. It's interesting they've
That's up.
switched it
That's
up.
up.
Yeah,
They're really just more concerned about the line. They feel like the weight is there because the hair broom's not going to drag
You
the
guys got it. You
weight.
guys got it.
you need to go to avoid any potential double.
sweep, boys.
Looks like they've done a good job.
Really precise rock placement.
Good shot.
So with no double available there, Mac's going to change his strategy and try and get something buried behind this center guard. He's going to want to at least roll behind the center or even roll all the way over to the other 4 foot or 8 foot to try and group the red rocks a little bit more. What he doesn't want to do here is nose it or even roll out a little bit.
Close. Yep.
Saw one run straight here from
Matt.
Morgan
Yep.
four rocks ago. Let's see what they do here.
Real
I
hard.
think it's thrown pretty soft.
Real hard.
And,
for a piece.
they're talking hard for a piece, which is
Whoa,
never a good
Morgan,
sign.
Morgan.
And now
Found a hole, I think. Oh no.
that's a hard.
You know, they did see one run straight there
I don't
earlier. I
mind it.
suspect that the stone that ran straight was flared out a little bit on release, and I say that because we've been
Joey,
watching
going this way?
And another one to
all
the
week,
far
and
side,
all
like you
we've
just
seen
did.
in that spot is what we just saw there, which is curl.
I'll bring you tight. I mean, like, doing this isn't the end of the world.
I like this call.
Yeah.
No double in sight without losing the shooter for Team Calwell. So peel this. If you can get everything out of the rings, everything gone from the front of the rings, that yellow rock's the only rock that's going to hit Team Key. Okay. Not bad.
Got away with it. Yeah. Not exactly how they called it.
Made the roll tougher by rolling a little bit to the other side of the house, but
Changed up the color up front. If you get something in behind here, at least it's his red rock.
I would have considered peeling that the other way. They were concerned about the jam in the side of the 12 foot, so they had to play it like a 2/3 of a rock, which is why that one over curled on him a bit. But could have played it the other way, and 2/3 or half a rock would have got it over top of the one touching the 4 foot. So.
Easy!
Whoa.
So third crack at this roll.
Morgan,
Kurt was positive on his. They just hit a fresh spot.
you gotta hit it.
Trying to make this one curl again. May get lucky on the back 12 red. Not quite.
There. From there, that's fine.
Edge on edge.
Yep.
There's no double.
Nope. Yeah. Okay.
Good conversation about rock placement there between Doug and Jason. They're talking about leaving this one exposed, at least half a rock, maybe even 2/3 of a rock, so that if Mac decides to come around the center guard or play hit and roll off the outside red into the middle, then they still have a rock accessible to tap or run back for multiple points.
Yeah. Very smart. Not most. Some teams would think, you wanted to be perfectly buried.
Yeah, 3-4 feet.
That might make the shot that you have to play with your last one more difficult.
Mhm.
They've opted actually to change the whole thing and just go wide side and
Yep, good option as well.
try and keep play away from that red
center
line in the middle.
guard.
I think it's just two different paths.
Yeah, I don't think the danger with this late in the game would be that Mac might ignore the 3 red rocks altogether and come around the center. But this early in the game, giving up 3s, not ideal, but there's still tons of time to come back from a 3-point deficit. So they're going to try and even this one up, top 4 foot area, even with the top red one. That would make the doubles most difficult.
And by taking it to the tee line or a little past the tee line, any roll that he might get would be behind.
Yeah.
He's actually left it in a spot that they can still grab a good chunk of the 4 foot buried if they want to be aggressive with the roll. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're thinking about. I think
That roll's tough.
Yeah.
That roll's really tough. Nothing's easy right now.
You do this, though.
Let's listen to what
Wow.
they're talking
It's
about.
risky, but that's the only way we can limit them. Draw around the guard, he can do a run for 4 and tap for 4. This is the only way we limit them. Make him rip it, and then he's only getting 2.
You can roll even like down here. Play control.
Well, there you hear it. Play control. The roll behind the corner is what I think they're looking for here.
Yeah, I like this call. You can make it great. You roll right to the back of the forward. Even brings the jam and on that back 12 right into play. If you can roll somewhere close to center line, even doesn't have to be fully buried, although that would be ideal.
like you said early in the game, still giving up a 3 is not the end of the world. The only way you're giving up a 4 is by drawing. So
yeah.
Bridge there where we just threw, or just get just trust him. Hair long.
So this is a spot. We saw a flare, wide side, a tight side. I'd say
Throw this one. He's this one a lot better.
close.
This one was coming right at us. Really good roll. About 2 inches from perfect.
That's a really good shot. He's
They're safe.
making Doug have to make a shot if he wants to get his 3 points here for sure.
This spot's gonna be fresh.
So I love this. They've got the mic, I think, on Matt Hall, our second down at the other end. So they're talking down there. You can hear Matt and
I like it.
Curtis Easter just discussing the path, because this is going to be a soft weight hit. So they're talking about whether the pebble's going to be fresh.
It could be. I mean, in practice, we see them play a lot of draws to the button, right? Right in the 8 foot coming into the middle area. So in about the halfway down the ice here, you could see this make a move. So see what he's got. It looks like good weight. Nice easy board weight.
They've got Matt Hall trying to keep it from curling. Way towards the middle. Looks like a really good shot. Kurt to finish it up. Try and keep that extra point in the rings.
The big 3 points there.
It is a big 3 points.
Thank you.
A little bit of emotion from both teams early. Kicking rocks in the back and fist pumps on the other side. So important to keep that in check. It's the long game. 8 ends still to play.
Interesting. Calwell team don't have time to blank. They're concerned about being down 3, so they're going to go pretty hard for their deuce this time. They can make up the deficit by the break point with a deuce force and then a deuce themselves.
Sure, I'm sure that'll be their goal for the next 3 ends for sure.
Keep that in mind. Play it there. 0. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Shit. Sit.
Not over yet.
6. Guys got room.
They are correct.
Jay's
it is
right
not
now.
over yet. Yeah.
5.
Yeah, desperation attitude.
6, 7.
It doesn't need to. I mean, with a 3 point
6, 7. We're
deficit,
there.
maybe in the 7th or 8th end, you could talk like really desperately going for your 2. But right now, they can throw the corner guard and be a little more comfortable. Not play as aggressive. We had another blank attempt over on sheet B by Kirsten Marshall. She knows that one this time, so she was forced to 1. It's a 1-1 game. A steal and then a force gives team Justin Murphy hammer back. It's now an 8-end game with hammer instead of 10-end game without.
2.
Nice throw, Doug. Or
Little
2.
deeper is fine.
No, just below the logo.
Whoa, over curling. Over
Just
curling.
below the
Whoa,
logo.
whoa, whoa. Leave it over curling.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Don't want to take this one too tight just because they're losing the line. It's already just only guarding the 12-foot area, so
Go the same way, Kurt.
keeping it about a halfway guard.
Oh, we got air horns out there now. Wow.
Security missed that at the door.
Jonah Moglock, one of the young guys from the Cuddy team yesterday, just baffled by the idea of Calwell's out in the arena.
Oh.
What was the big thing in the South African World
Vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas?
Good.
None of those this week?
Yep.
I left mine at home.
Yeah. Okay, so the Calwell rinks really working their extra points this end, throwing the second corner guard, which sometimes you don't see until it's more of a need to score a 3, but I guess they're
I think
prepared to
they
take some
feel
chances.
as though they need to score 3 right now.
Yeah, there was a little desperation in their voices
Yeah.
between ends.
Morgan.
Neither a necessary thing nor a good thing, I don't think.
Wait. Okay.
We'll see. Certainly gives them a great chance for 2 if they can make all 8 shots.
Gotta be even.
I think we'll see Doug Key go up and waste a couple rocks. Peel this one out. The danger is that they may have left a double peel there. They're slightly staggered, so
Right there goes under.
All right.
Yep.
this is Red Rock set up by Curtis Easter. In pretty good spots. Great weight anyway. Top 4 and then tight, but they're a little off center and they're slightly staggered. So those rocks probably will help Team Calwell in the long run in this end. So Doug's got to be a little bit careful.
Kurt!
Trying to make this curl now straight. Get them both going. Very nice.
And slide it into the No, but very close to the top of the circle. It's pretty impressive shot there, Matt.
Great shot.
Can you stop the air horn?
He's on fire early. He's made a lot of great shots.
Yeah,
He's usually on fire.
Yeah, he's the same age as our son.
He's a
Hale,
good
and
curler.
We've seen him curl for a lot of years against.
But he's the baby on this team.
He is the baby on the
18 years old and the youngest and the most inexperienced, I guess you could say, but not that he's any shy of experience. You said he skipped a team to Canada Winter Games.
He did, and
He's won a Bantam Championship. As a skip?
no, I don't know if he ever did win the Bantam banner. I know in Ontario you play off against the North if you finish in the
He won the right to represent Ontario at the Canada Winter Games,
Yeah.
where he earned the silver medal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but I don't think he may have won a Bantam mixed, but I'm sure
You know, his dad's kicking around here
Straight
somewhere.
written,
he'll tell us.
Should ask.
Yeah, you do that. That's fine.
Parents always know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same weight.
Did Matt win the Bantams? He did. He did.
He did win the Bantams, we just...
Thick.
Before Jeff, the year before Jeff. Okay.
Okay, so...
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah. That was an impressive
Hard!
scrap.
Hard! Hard!
The final
RJ!
lap, if I remember
Oh,
that.
Kurt! Oh, clean. Good.
Nice pair there by Matt Hull. Cleans things up. Mac's going to throw another corner. Might be the last one we see. Run devices. First rocks now.
No,
Sorry, no,
second.
second rocks. So
Just a foot less.
still getting a little later in the end. He's going to have to make a move on that one in the 4-foot eventually, whether to freeze or tap it back to try and create some offense in the middle,
No. Pair less.
depending on what Jason does on his peel. I'm sure we'll see Doug come up and peel
on the out.
this rock wherever it ends
on the
up.
out.
second if you need
I agree. We like to, when working with young
Right on my
teams,
broom.
talk about using those first four
Right on
rocks
my
at the
broom.
end to set up
Gotta
your
be
end
right on my
and
broom.
to give yourself
Gotta
a
be right
chance
here. Gotta be right
to get
here.
some rocks in play.
Hard.
If the end's working your way, you continue with your plan. If it's not, you have to reevaluate.
Quarter goes right into the side. Half, you're doing that. I think that's pretty good. Oh, half?
I think he'd be happy to lose that tight red right now. I don't think it's helping him.
Fine, Jay. Absolutely. No peel.
That's why Mac was trying to bring that corner guard so tight to avoid
Nice.
Team Key from being able to make the double peel. Jason Cam with the intern peel. Trying to get some rocks flying.
Clean.
At least the yellow one going away.
No. Good.
Underneath. Pretty good.
No,
be
we're
lower.
still continuing with this corner guard game.
Okay. When do you think we go around onto theirs? Max, when we go onto theirs?
With this late in the end now, Vice's second rock, when Jason Cam goes to throw after this,
do I
may
need,
see Doug change gears, ignore that corner guard that's being thrown right now. We might see him go tight or even in top 12, top 8 around that guard as well, which would really put the pressure on Calwell.
None.
Yeah, you sort of play this cat and mouse game all end and trying to anticipate what you think your opposition's going to do. And there's sort of a playbook that everyone works with, but I'm sure these teams have scouted each other as well or had, and they
We may
have an
not
idea
find out if this one's up in the ring.
And
So.
when that goes in the ring, that'll be hit.
Well, there's the force set up, isn't it?
It's half a rock. Alright, that if anything. Just hair roll. Yeah.
See
No,
some
hair
applause
roll.
from over on
Roll
sheet
into
B. The
nose.
girls have some rocks in play this end for the first time. Third end. Murphy with the hammer. She's trying to come around the corner guard, and they're kind of trading soft weight hits back and forth. Some nice shots being made over there.
Keeping around's good, but if you roll out, that's fine.
Hugh and Janet staying quiet on that one, refusing to jinx anything by talking about the game.
Watching this men's game, I don't watch the...
Alright, Kurt, all the way. Alright, Kurt. Alright, Kurt. Kurt. Good sweep.
Very good, nose hit. They didn't want to roll in and create a pocket of some sort
On the corner's pretty
Yeah.
good.
there, so mission accomplished there. I think the shot call here was just a freeze. They're not moving the rock in the top 4.
No, I think they are just calling for
Just the freeze.
corner freeze.
So they're not going to be shot rock after this with only 2 more to come after it. Which is fine, still time.
No adding.
You're real close. How
Nine.
much, Kurt?
Nine.
Good. Morgan.
And
good.
the benefit to that
Root
nose
it.
hit for
That's
Team
root.
Calwell is
Nine
that
good.
it's left. If they make this freeze
Nice.
close to the
Mac.
nose, Mac will still have a double off that outside at red as well to potentially score 2 on his last one.
don't know if they've changed gears.
Hard
a bit
mat.
here.
Hard mat.
Yeah, they're
Hard
trying to make
mat.
it curl
This
up.
one's
but-
not getting. Yeah, it's not
Ooh,
finishing
there
for
goes.
them. It's getting close,
Right
but it's
to
still
the
wide open.
Tight.
He's got all of it end inches to spare, so he can throw whatever weight he wants at this and not have any fear of jamming, I don't think.
What? Yep. Yeah. I don't mind this. I like this.
Sorry about that. You threw that perfect.
Yeah, just too much.
Now roll.
Yeah. Same weight you threw last time?
Yep.
Okay.
3 inches. 2 more times.
Board weight call again.
You gave me draw out the same one.
Nice weight control, trying to bring both sweepers into play if they need to make a curl. Love to get an inch low. Could sit 3 with 2 of them behind cover.
Yeah, and the forefoot's getting pretty small.
Board! Oh, Matt. Close, Kurt. Close, Kurt. Kurt!
Ooh.
Curling hard. This one's curling really hard. A little bit softer than they thought. Just gets by.
Great pricing.
They certainly worked it early to get the curl started, didn't they?
It was good. I mean, it moved the rock through easily. You just might have got a little softer release than what they read out of their hand.
Nice throw, Doug. Great weight. Wait, you pay your sweepers? You pay your sweepers?
Oh yeah, they get an extra little bit.
we get them the scrapes. It's all about us.
We eat first, and then they get.
Oh yeah, they don't need to bulk up that much.
Both joking a bit together.
That's a good quarter.
Mine's good.
Mine's nice.
Let it work.
Room.
They
Let
like
it
to
work.
run this one a little bit better.
Matt,
Last one didn't quite curl up enough. Again, they're trying to make this one finish.
gotta go 4 rocks, bud.
Seems to be
You gotta
running a
just
little
Matt,
straight
just
again
Matt.
on them.
Just Matt.
Maybe try and get it tucked around.
Could. Yeah, they could.
No, they've
That's trouble.
nose hit
That's
here.
trouble. Nose hit, yeah.
Hair to my
His draw becomes even more challenging. Yeah, and Jason pointing, you just kind of roll smidge out.
Or that way.
Perfect weight. Exactly the weight he wanted. Top 4 would have nestled right up against that red. Just not quite getting the late finish. Maybe I don't know if they're comparing this to what they saw Thursday night, what they're expecting for curl, and not quite getting the same.
Hair roll.
I mean, every game the rocks probably would have been done before this event, right?
Yeah, so
They're
our
really
ice
sanded a
tech,
little bit.
Scott Muir, over the Christmas break and maintenance would have done the maintenance on the rocks.
So every game since then will get a little bit straighter,
Yeah.
which might be
Yeah, so we had 2 days of our club league curling on the ice before this event, and then 3 to 4 games a day since then. So 10 end games, practices. These rocks have been thrown quite a bit.
It's a big shot here, a chance to really put a lot of pressure on Team Calwell. If Doug can roll this to a spot where he's not leaving an open double or an easy draw. I think they're trying to roll out half a rock, kind of touch the center line when it's all done.
That's kind of normal.
This one's not curling as much, more weight for sure than the last one.
Yes, yes! Really
Just where he
good.
wants it to be.
Yeah, that's perfect. No double there. Well, I mean, if you play the double, you're losing the shooter, so he's forced into the draw.
I need to draw here. We're 2 minutes ahead right now. With that. Okay.
Full forfeit. These guys have practiced the shot all week long, all season long. But he needs to make this to keep his team in the game.
No,
Nice shot,
no
Doug.
issue
Inside
with
foot. A little more out here. Foot.
Good. Just wait for it.
I'm going to put the watch on this one and see what we think. I would think that if this rock is somewhere in that 14 and a half, ooh,
Line's
He
good.
really gave it quite a
Watch
bit of
it.
extension.
Good.
The weight of the
Line's
from the
good.
ballpark.
Line's good.
There's no real chatter between the friend and skipper there before that shot, so they're assuming this path is going to be very similar to the one he just threw. He just put it top 4.
13.
RJ.
Did you say 13?
He said 13.
RJ.
1, 2,
3, 4.
3, and 4. Oh
Yep.
dear.
Yeah,
That
he
makes it a
looked-
7-0 lead for Team Key.
Now the battle is uphill.
Keep it going.
Yeah, if we heard desperation in their voice after the second end, we're certainly going to hear it
Yep.
between ends here.
Well, sorry about that.
Max apologizing to his team, but
It's a good year.
it's been a good year. I like that. Yeah. You know, he's played very well all week, and I think that
Hell of a time to miss my second draw.
they could,
Yeah.
you know, still try and work a couple of deuces here and give themselves a chance. So I can guarantee you, when the yellow rocks
No,
stop,
they've cleaned up out there.
Team Key will be
Sorry,
hitting them.
everybody.
Heads up! Heads up!
Yeah, a couple misses there from Team Calwell, but they weren't far off. I mean, their weight was great on a couple of those freezes. They were really close. If needed them to finish a little bit more. And some great shot making from Team Key. They made them pay. I mean, you're going to get your chances in junior curling.
Yep.
You're going to get your opportunities to score
Yes.
2, 3 sometimes, but it's how you respond to it as well. You got to make your shots after you see the misses from the opposition, and they did just that.
The Sams, the shot after the miss.
Calwell's got to think. I mean, as good as Key's team's playing right now, they've got to talk about they're going to get their opportunities back too. They're going to have to create a few chances for themselves, get the corner guards up, and go for their 2. But if they get a miss, you'll see them try for 3 or multiple points as well. Game's still young, 7 ends to play. It's not impossible.
Not impossible.
A couple of 2s and 3s and forces and steals.
Waist close. You're going over close.
Below the side.
So Doug's still continuing to apply pressure. He's going to throw another one into the center. You know, with the scoreboard as it is, he could actually consider. Throwing this one through. Look at that.
What could he consider?
Yes, he could consider that. And that is what he's done, because he recognizes that all the rocks in play, since he's on pure defense, are going to assist the Calwell team in generating some offense.
Yeah, and Curtis threw his first one perfect. It's perfectly top 4.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Curtis could throw that would really improve the situation for them.
Yeah.
We all remember the 2004 Briar with the staggered rocks. If he came up and corner froze his own red, didn't get the line perfect, that's essentially a staggered guard for Team Calwell to come around into the back 12. So
yeah, later in the end.
smart to
Just get rid of it.
just throw it through.
Nope. Don't
A lot of, if you're watching this and you just play at your club or you're just starting out, you might be thinking, well, geez, it's so good, let's protect it. These guys are playing the scoreboard and recognize they don't need to score any more points.
Yeah, no need to take that risk. Over in Sheet B in the women's semi-final, Murphy was forced to 1. She made a nice draw on her last in the third end
Yep.
to take her single.
Oh, Jason! Clean! You're good!
Good throw there by Mr. Hall. Move 1 corner guard, no double there. Happy with the single.
I think Matt's next bunch of shots are going to be POs, so he's already made a few good ones this game.
Yep. Good thing you can say it and I
He's going to
can't.
miss him.
Yeah, Morgan's going to try and replace that corner guard. We'll see it a couple more times. They're hoping for a nose hit. As soon as we see a miss from Team Key,
5.
Nice 4!
we'll see Team Calwell come around them and go for 3 or more.
This is a mistake as well by slipping it into the rings.
Just rip it, Matt.
Even if it were to be a nose hit this time, there's not a lot of real estate for them to use to draw around it and use it as a guard. So
The call's to roll out though. Again, that rock's never gonna help them in the rings. The danger of nosing is that Mac would go up and call a tight guard right in between those 2 reds, and make the peel more difficult on it.
Clean, yep. Jason. Yes, right to it. Clean. Go, Matt.
So Cody, we were talking yesterday about playdowns for the other events coming up. Men's for your team, ladies for our team. We've got challenge round coming up. Some breaking news. Oh, that's a bad word. That came out of men's curling yesterday.
Pun intended.
Oh, not pun intended. Still tired. Still all over social media that Wayne Madog, third of the Howard team, broke his leg skiing. So he's out
for the season,
and
no chance of doctors fixing him up for playdowns or Briar or anything.
So
applications are currently being selected.
Well, it's tricky, right? The rules are that they have, if they want to bring another player, they have to have been a member of St. George's, their home club, prior to playdowns starting, and they cannot have represented another club in the Tankard playdowns. So that narrows the field significantly. There's a couple names.
Are people members of St. George's are out for winter tryouts. Pick me.
So that's option A. Option B will be for Team Howard to draw from the spare pool in Brantford at the Tankard Championships. The organizing committee will provide 3 players for the teams to draw from, and Team Howard will every game have an opportunity to draw from that spare pool.
Yeah, I remember a number of years ago actually.
There's 3 committee members that have put their names forward.
Was it Brent Lang's significant other who's having a baby?
Correct.
And they pulled Steve Banks for the playoffs? Or for the finals?
Really
out of the spare pool?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mine's great.
Yeah.
Just below.
Found him in the change room mopping up the floor.
Yeah, right. That was their usual. Yeah.
Ooh, that sweeping technique looked good.
Sweet.
Go high.
So, actually, I was speaking with
A little too late.
Dave Hutchison, the event coordinator for the OCA for events, and he said to his knowledge
right there.
the spare pool has not been officially created yet, I guess.
Yeah, and they're not entirely sure. They check the rule books on what the regulations are for when that spare pool needs to be declared, and if there's any rules around creating the spare pool. There's going to be a lot of interested teams now. It's not just Team Howard that's interested in that. It's the other teams competing in it. So with a situation like this not having come up before, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Ooh, solid attempt at the double.
He moves the Yellowstone into the house, but he's not going to be remotely concerned about that.
Yeah.
He's simply going to continue ripping whatever is thrown.
Yeah.
Sure.
Deuce is
What if I go like back 8, center line?
in play potentially for
I was thinking behind.
them. They're going to try and use the rock in the rings to
Behind or frozen?
help that cause
Okay.
and
Hair
freeze
over
to
curls
it.
fine.
Okie
Doug will
dokie.
probably walk up and hit the open one.
Yeah, Kurt suggested using that top 4 Red Rock as a guard and coming right around to the back 8, back 12, buried.
So same leg, just add a little bit.
I think Mac's looking for a freeze here instead. Keep it on top of that rock. Over curl the freeze if anything. If it under curls, there'd be a double opportunity.
Yes.
Just the 8.
Mine's nice.
8.
6.
These rocks are fairly lively though, so
Mine's good.
there's
Morgan.
very little room, very few places you can put this freeze that
Matt,
if
why
Doug
do we
Key
switch?
wants to take a run at it, he won't get rid of all of them. The 2 rocks and the one he's throwing.
New rocks you said this year, right? So the striking bands will be sharp and lively.
Yeah, sharp and lively.
These rocks are pretty much even. I don't think there's a double there.
Throw into it.
I heard you.
Just that ice. That ice will be good. I'll throw. Try that. Yeah.
Nice throw on that.
I didn't hear the weight call. Did you? I'm not sure if they're throwing this one hard or if
They're throwing takeout.
takeout rate. Thanks.
If at the end of the shot the stone has not been taken out, they will not be pleased.
Team Calwell was fortunate that rock got fully into the 12-foot on the last one. Now they can nose it and still be in the rings if the run back's made available to them after this shot.
Real hard, Matt. Real hard, Matt.
I don't think he touched anything.
That was impressive.
That is impressive.
That's a demonstration of that lad's commitment to the sweep.
To the sweep and
Commitment to the sweep, that's what it is.
his athleticism.
And
being
to stay
able
with it to avoid touching anything.
Yeah.
And what does Neil show something tomorrow, though? Holy jumping.
You can overbury it ahead,
we don't
and he
have
does that
next
and
play
it
to
stays.
show that, but
Okay.
I'm sure when
We
he
could have
watches
an
it back,
instant
He
replay.
got his hands down quicker than Gushu did a few weeks ago, so that's a good thing.
yeah.
Same ice you gave me. Down. Okay. I like the same ice.
Oh, they're considering a timeout.
Coach calling a timeout from back here, indicating one. The team has to call it from the ice,
And they have indicated
and they have
would like a
done
timeout.
just that. Timeout called. He doesn't. I think the call from the ice was to try and freeze
Yeah,
that red
yeah,
rock
yeah,
through the
back.
port and
All day.
lock it on.
Gotta go like here.
They coach wants to give another suggestion.
And then do nose on that for 3. A double's not very hard.
What the hell is wrong with this one? Why is it fucking leaking? Well, my shaker's broken. My shaker's broken.
That's back 8.
I think you need to score here. So, hit that rock.
Just hit it, do the double.
Or roll underneath. We're second shot.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
I don't know, it's close. You think if we do that, then they guard, eh?
Huh?
If we do anything, they guard, eh?
Hit and roll underneath that, make him try to double, and we have the drive.
Well, can
So
you
what?
hit and roll to here?
They're going to hit one of them.
Yeah. They don't want to guess, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
You gotta play firm then?
Firm? I don't mind it.
I'm assuming, because control, you're gonna be...
Control, you're too close, yeah. Unless you're going that way through the port. Playing it
Okay,
to the-
so
Okay, I like it.
Coach Tom has come out and provided his words of wisdom. He suggested that they play through the hole and sit 2.
I think that was a good thought process. They need to get momentum going back in their direction.
Yeah,
They've had the pressure on them all game. They've been chasing all game. And now's a chance with that little hole there to make Key Chase face a couple of their rocks.
I think it would hurt though.
No real opportunity to get 3,
It is.
which I think he still had it in his mind if he played the freeze.
Yes, but the risk is that he could choose to guard or hit and roll, and he may never get access to that. So
Close!
the frame weight.
By that top 12 Reds. It's close. Pretty good.
Shot.
Pretty good.
That's a good
A
shot.
lot
That's what they
a
call
lot of
it.
weight. I guess you put the broom, throw the weight for where you know where to put the broom.
Yep.
What you're comfortable with.
Yep.
We talked the other day during one of these games. We would always suggest to teams, the further down you are on the scoreboard, the less weight you want to be throwing. But keeping the shooter around was important there. So he made sure he knew, picked a weight he knew the spot, or picked a spot he knew the weight. And you know what I'm saying.
Mama Murphy's stressed out over here.
No, shush. Not stressed out. Shush.
She's got a daughter playing 2 sheets over and nerves are fried. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. Had to take a day away yesterday to go play with my own team, Harrison, in an attempt to qualify for the Ontario Women's Provincials, which we were successful in doing.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, we went and played a couple of games at Listowel and drove back last night to be here for first thing this morning. Lovely show.
Well, the Key team is on fire today. Key team is making their shots.
Yep. Yeah, hard to beat a team playing as well as they are right now. I wouldn't want to test my team against them. I don't think the way they're playing this afternoon.
Yeah. what was it? The other
not in that ridge.
Slam final. It was like what Gushu versus
Yeah,
Epping.
yeah.
Gushu played 95% and got beat because Epping played about 106. That was an interesting bunch of games to watch. I'm sure anybody scouting at the Ontario Provincials will not be leaving the intern ankle run back
No
for
kidding.
John.
No kidding. And I expect the ice there will be awesome. They had a slam event there 3 or 4 years ago in that arena in Brantford. So the tankard ice is going to be fantastic.
Morgan!
And you'll be playing next weekend with your team
We're going to try and make it there too.
at the challenge round in an effort to
Yeah.
score one here.
Perfect.
Okay.
They're on the board.
Deep breaths.
Hopefully that's,
Yay.
deep breaths, get momentum back on their side. 2 good shots there
Yeah, the
by
bottom's
skipping
leaking,
back
that's
Calwell.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately, still forced to 1. Keys team
Whatever.
struggled with that. They hammer back
It's not like you wear it.
in 5. If they score here in the 5th, then going into the break with a 8-1 lead or better, they'll be
Looks
thrilled.
like I peed myself, so.
And over in sheet B, we had a steal of 1 for Team Justin Murphy out of the hometown
All right, let's deal
team.
it.
home club rink,
Send
yeah.
both ends.
She's grown up here. I've been working as the curling director here at the Missisauga Golf Country Club for 13 seasons, and she's 18 years old, so you can, no, she's 19 now. You can figure out how many years she's been here throwing rocks. So I think she and the girls are having an enjoyable week in
We're like
an
2.
environment they're pretty comfortable with. So
We're right on the G.
She's got a 3-1 lead playing the 5th end over there.
Oh, just a hair high.
We will see the winner of that game play Team Courtney Ald in the final at 5 o'clock. That one's just on Rogers, right? No
yeah,
streaming.
there will be. I think perhaps Rogers does the streaming, but there'll be no amateur commentary. Well, actually,
Gotta be here, guys.
we're not amateur.
It's all amateur.
Yeah,
Curling's an amateur sport.
true. So
Not going to pay people to commentate. They're not getting paid to play.
true enough.
8. What?
So center guard up. Calwell probably was hoping to throw 2 center guards, but it's the first one went about halfway, so it's going to be difficult to keep those yellows separated. He's going to give it a go. Try and bury one right around that halfway yellow guard, nice and tight to the rings.
Yeah, so Key's response to that is he's in the do not engage mentality. So he has thrown his rock out to the ring, in the back of the house, so that it doesn't really assist Calwell in getting play into the middle. And as soon as he possibly can, he's going to start peeling those rocks in the middle. So
This is that same spot in the 3rd end. We saw them have a hard time get to curl. It got there.
yeah,
It's partially open, but it's
there's some talk of a pick or some sort of spot in the ice, I think.
yeah.
Yep, it's
Oh,
cleaning
well,
it.
we got a piece of the house, didn't we?
Yeah, it did. It's half in the ring, so not ideal because it could be removed from play. No longer in the free guard zone, but it's
They'll take a run at
they're going to take a run at it because the ice curls in this spot. So.
Yeah, you can take a run at this with hack weight, and you don't have a whole lot to lose if you check the guard over. It's the tick shot, right? Which I'm sure Curtis practices a lot as well. So it's essentially the tick shot, except you wanted to go just by that halfway guard.
Finals are 5.
Solid hack.
Finals are 5.
Whoa!
Trying to make this one curl. It's by the guard for sure. Love to get that yellow right out of play.
Make sure they have enough weight. Never a doubt. And Matt, seeing that that's not going to help them, is sweeping it right out of play.
Great shot. The free guard zone's done.
Oh. Do you?
We'll see Doug walk up and peel that center guard, no matter where this one ends up, I'm sure. I don't know if Morgan's trying to throw this for their steel point right to the top of the button. I would assume so. It's going to be awfully tight to create enough separation between these 2 yellows if he's throwing a guard.
Yeah, so if they can get it in a nice... Oops, nope, they're calling it short.
Short.
If they could get this in a guardable position, knowing that Key's going to go up and peel that, they can spend the end guarding a rock as opposed to leaving an opportunity for a double.
One out.
So exactly the same spot as this.
Yeah.
Went that way.
Doesn't matter that it's in the rings as long as it's right behind that
No back foot.
right behind that yellow.
So looks as though one of the brushers may have nudged the stationary rock on the way by. So the curlers, being who they are, just kind of tap it back into a position that everybody agrees where the rock was. So when you have a situation like that, Cody, because this comes up sometimes in club play, and people ask me questions like this, what happens? So if a player touches a stationary rock, it's the non-offending team, so the team that was not throwing, they get to decide or confirm where they believe the rock was and put the rock back into that position.
Right. One of the beautiful things about our sport is that it's for the most part self-governed, and there's a mutual respect amongst all these teams that nobody's going to take advantage of a situation like that. I think in 9 times out of 10 you see the two teams discuss with one another where that rock was, but by right in the rule book, the non-offending team gets the last say. They get to put the rock where they thought it was.
Yeah. And I always tell people refer to the first statement in the curling rule book, which is I will play this game in the spirit of good sportsmanship.
Good point.
Not much we can do. Hour. 3.5. Yeah, pretty much.
Doug gives next to no ice in that peel. Broom's almost in the middle of the rock, so he expects a bit of an in-out release from Matt Hall, so it's going to stay really straight, especially with any sweeping. And Matt throws a lot of rotation on those peels as well. Rotation helps the rock really spring off the rock he's making contact with and gets it out of play much easier. So well thrown, well executed. Those guys have clearly practiced that shot lots this year.
Just let me know, okay? I'm kind of shitty with my weight.
I think we'll see this guard go up right up until Skip's last rock.
I think so.
I don't think there's any benefit to coming in any earlier than that. We'll try and keep it right in front of that yellow in the top 12 with as much distance as possible.
Switch.
This one's out there though. It's a little wider path, but they're just working to get it over.
You're over. Why are you guys killing it?
Yeah, it's going to be peeled. You know, the guards on at this point of the end don't have to be perfect. They just have to be something that he's going to take a run at. So.
Yeah. Could take a run at the double. Doug's concerned about the double of the top 12 when then jamming in the back 8. I don't think that's a huge concern with a 6-point lead.
And last rock.
A yellow rock in the back 8, is never going to hurt you. That rock in the top 12 is.
So we were talking about the speed with which these guys like to throw these peels. So let's check out what Jason Camp's going to throw here. I'm going to say there's going to be a 6 to start this number. So that's the time that it takes the rocks to travel. Oh, I was wrong. 7-1.
Really close.
Yeah.
Great throw by Jason there. And he was on the right side of that rock. I mean, the last thing you want to do is over curl and miss it on the low side, leaving 2 center guards. So, I mean, you kind of have to expect that you're either going to miss it a little bit on the outside or make it.
Yeah, so the time that I was talking about is the time between the 2 hog lines. So teams will talk about that as a draw number. So the brusher will start, or the person in the house will start when the rock crosses the hog line, and they'll stop it when it reaches the other hog line, and that'll give them an indication of the speed of the ice. It'll help with making decisions about draw weight and giving feedback to the players. Teams will also use it as a hit weight. So that rock as a guard would have been in the 15 range, travel time, hog to hog. And like I mentioned, Jason's peel was 7 seconds, so it travels down with significantly more speed.
No. I think now it goes into red. Now it goes into us. Just get the one.
Yep.
Good chat. In a tie game, you might see them take a run at this double in the last end, but right now with a 6-point lead, really not necessary to make that double. You're still going to leave a high guard, so
6-8 on that one. Yeah.
6-8. Strong leg drive to get that kind of momentum.
Strong leg drive and a arm extension. Make sure that he extends towards the target upon release and adds an extra pound or 2 of weight.
I thought you made it. I was going to say nice shot and everything. And then
Okay,
swear
so
under
we're
my
at
breath.
Skip's first, so we'll see what the draw time is here with his guard.
One more center guard being thrown.
One.
If it's made well, one more peel, and then things are going to get interesting for the last couple.
Line's good. No, more good. Just off. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good spot. Made that guard really well.
3. Just straight.
Yes.
Someone's car's being stolen.
Yo. Just clean. Come in. Back 4. Back 4, back 8.
Just top 4.
I like back 4 at least. Longer run.
Back 4, the run doesn't jam. Top 4, he jams it and it's harder.
I think you just want to get this rock in a good steal position.
Top 4 is nice.
Back 4 gives him a rock to
Well,
Come
top
down
4.
to get his,
That's
get
where I
his
want
point.
it. Throw it there.
Probably, well, it's whatever you want him to play. If you want him to play a draw or a soft weight come around top, you can go right to the T line or even back button. If you want him to play if you want to force him into the run back, put this right in the top 4, on top of the lid. Give him no room to make a draw.
So this is the spot that Mac overthrew his rock. Oh boy.
Do you want this one?
2 ends ago.
Yep, are right off.
done.
And looks like he may have
Yes, sweep
had
for
that
this
out
one.
a bit as
Jesus.
well. So they're
It's on the
trying to
nose right now. They're trying to hold it. It might stay on it
Yeah,
because they have enough weight.
yeah,
Got a chance.
Hurt.
Doesn't move it far enough to get second shot at the top though. So
Wow, on bad.
that's an open hit for 2. Doug's not going to play around with this though. He'll be throwing enough weight.
So over on sheet B, Marshall made a nice soft weight shot for a deuce, and it's a tie game at the halfway mark. So 3-all.
So here we go. Out-turn normal weight hit for his deuce here. He needs to keep it on the nose. Really thin, could be a steal at 2. It looks okay though. Perfect.
So score 2, 9-1 lead, 5th end break. These teams are, I don't believe, required to play a minimum number of ends, so we'll see what the Calwell team thinks at the halfway mark.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take a short break while these guys take their 5th end break. We'll see what happens and be back in 5 or 7 minutes.
I don't know, that's like my 3rd one that I've thrown terribly this weekend.
Nice ends. Guys are working hard. Nice shots.
Yeah, just keep making sure we get the one. That's all we need at this point.
Everything really needs to be.
if anything, more than what they need to. Yeah. If we don't make that perfect, we know they can make that tap to a pocket or something like that. I like just having one, just to make them think about something. Put something in there to have them have to throw it eventually. Just take a second, do what we've been doing, make sure you get one. Yeah, my mom wants it. There's still a minute and a half, so. Are we going through here? We're going top 4? Alright, speed should still be the same. Yep. We go, Bonnie? Okay. No!
Would they fire me if I wasn't?
Okay, so Cody, are you back with me?
I'm back.
You're back. Fantastic. Well, so is this game. As much as it's there's an 8-point lead for Team Key going into the back of this game, you know that
Most people do.
Team Calwell is going to play a few more minutes to see if it
I thought it was going to be pretty close.
recapture some magic.
Yeah, I didn't hear any discussions with the players and coaches in the fifth end break, but they'll be going through the motions here, throwing up the corner guards and praying for a few misses.
Well, I'll give you a précis. Team Key said, let's keep it going, guys. And Team Calwell said, let's get it together, guys.
Put a couple of mics on that hill.
Well, I don't know anything.
Yeah, that's probably best for you. Yes, and then we can quickly do
About as simple as that.
If that doesn't work, then we'll just do
So we saw 2 ends ago. Key threw one top 4 and then threw the next one through the rings. This one's not quite in good of a position for Curtis Easter, so he's actually opted to come around and make the draw a little bit better. A little bit dangerous. That top 12 Red Rock is essentially a guard for Team Calwell. He could have actually guarded it back on his first one through a center guard himself. But because that rock's up in the top 12, Doug's going to try and beat Calwell to this come around and make this good to the top of the forefoot.
Jason then.
Can you say go for the regular?
Didn't quite get it by. Not bad though. It was good that it got it into the top 4 and didn't leave a pocket of reds.
So the Calwell team, recognizing that corner guard's a little tighter than the rings that they might like, are opting to guard the guard and put the rocks on the same side and try and change up the what's going to be appeal for the key team.
Yeah, tough to even those out. If you threw the intern to the other side of the rink, he'd have to get it again within a foot of the rings to spread them out and not leave a double. So he's opted to guard that one and make the double appeal virtually impossible.
Just the top one, Matt.
We'll see the same strategy that we saw 2 ends ago with Key walking up and peeling up these corner guards. If they make every peel, the most that Mac will be able to score is 2. They're fine with giving up 2 at this point with a 9-1 lead.
Yep.
Fully content with that.
Nice touch, made it on your own.
Trying to replace it, another high corner guard. See these back and forth now a little bit. What do you think? What do you think Team Calwell talked about between ends? What do they use to motivate themselves for the second half of this game?
That is a tough question, Cody.
You were coaching.
If I was coaching,
Shall I tell you exactly what she'd say?
I know. Yeah. Do you tell them what I'd say?
She'd say exactly this, guys. We have played ourselves out of this tournament. The only thing we can do is stand here or be out here and make shots.
See what happens.
That's what she'd say, isn't it?
I have been known to say that before, yes. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think that...
if only teams married each other, they'd know exactly what each other was thinking.
What was that?
Yeah.
Sounded like something broke.
You know, the thing about curling games or any sport is it's about pressure. It's about applying pressure and dealing with pressure and you know, this is a pressure-filled game, and the team that's able to manage that, we said that right at the beginning, will probably win this game. And I don't, you know, it's as the defending champs for Calwell, they know where they want to go. They know where they and they will probably playing really hard to get there. So I'm going to stay out and keep making shots and see what happens.
I wonder how much pressure would play into this game if we'd see any blips early on. But both these teams have so much experience. For junior players to have that much experience is almost unheard of. So we saw emotion, certainly emotion. I don't know how much pressure they felt, but I'm sure there was some nerves early. Could have been part of the overthrow in the third end that caused this to be a 4. A little bit of adrenaline, but both teams have managed it pretty well, I think.
Nice 20 here again. What were you getting on Morgan's, Matt? So nice time.
So on Bryce's first rocks now, Kurt Armstrong coming out here replacing that corner guard. Just a foot or two over the hog line is ideal.
Matt.
It'd be interesting to see when they switch gears, bring the play into the rings, and try and create some offense, set up multiple points.
Like trying it? Yep.
Talking about taking a crack at this double peel.
Yeah, it looks.
It's a little staggered.
Even if you're
Yeah.
air high, still
Again, this will be.
Yeah. And like I said, with the weight and the rotation, these guys can throw the sugar will spring off. He set that one back to the room.
Yeah.
So we talked earlier about that sweeper make it curl. So recognizing that Jason's release was a little back away from the target line, they called Matt to see if he could assist. But I think
he'll wish he was a little closer to making that one, but he's certainly on the right side of the miss. A good plan B, just to get the one and get the shooter out of the way. Danger there was over curling and not removing both.
Way over.
Both corner guards.
Yeah, I like it. Yes, sir.
Clean roll. They don't want to roll it behind the red. Calls to roll way over behind the yellow corner guard so that there isn't just a little 2-foot run back there. We'll be trying to hit half a rock or so of this red rock on the center line side and try and roll it 5 or 6 feet across the rings.
Yeah, create some.
We haven't seen this spot much. We've seen a lot of the intern coming this way towards the glass.
You're right.
Let's see if this outturn treats them any better.
Yep.
Roll. Yep.
So Kurt throws a pretty straight out turn. Nice release at the
This is
groove.
curling big. It's already on the center line.
Yeah.
They're on just to make the double, I think. I'd like to punch that red behind the corner would be okay. Not bad.
Yeah. You have a rock behind the tee line, which is to their advantage. The opposition's rock. Guard if theirs in front of it. So, if Doug takes a big waiter at this and rolls out, you'll see them quickly come around that corner guard. With Mac's first one. Yeah, there's a lot of confidence on this team right now. He's saying, you know what, I'm just going to run this double. Get rid of the corner guard. And,
yeah, this is them playing with a 9-1 lead and almost playing a shot for fun.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he'd play this shot otherwise.
Yeah, no. If this game was tied,
only 2 rocks to come from the opposition. If you remove that rock in the top 8, the most they're scoring is 2, right? And that's if they make them both perfectly, and you miss your last. I guess if you remove the corner guard and don't get the one in the top 8, he's still going to have it on his last one. So not a lot of risk in this shot.
No. Like I said, they've got some swagger going right now, so I expect that this will be pretty close.
Got started a little bit.
Yeah, Doug. Jason put his back a bit here, and Doug got his moving a bit. So double's not there, but rolling another rock into the rings.
Actually rolled to a pretty interesting
You
spot.
might be able to get all 3.
What's the point of trying to get all 3?
Interesting if that rock comes into play as a third shot rock.
Guess those are dues.
Kurt thinks you might be able to get all 3 because of the drag effect on the top 2 staggered stones. He's wondering if that they're lined up to miss each other by a good 2 feet, and there's some separation between them. There's a couple of inches between, so I don't think he's going to drag. If they were touching, then you might have an argument. I still think that's a lot of drag, even for new rocks.
Yeah, because you gotta get.
Take care of yourself.
So Cody, why don't you talk about the drag effect?
Without telestrating.
Yeah, I know we have no telestrator, but
if those rocks were touching each other,
you can make them do different things.
You can make them react a little different than what you might expect by hitting it on different angles. So those rocks, as they're lined up now, would be missing the side red by a couple of feet. If they were touching, you'd be able to by hitting the yellow on the outside.
Mine's good.
Not even close.
Go then.
You'd be able to make the red come closer to the other red.
Yeah.
But there's not enough of an angle there, I don't think. So they're playing the freeze. They agreed that the drag wasn't there. playing the freeze here. If they can lock this on, I like their chances of scoring a deuce, but short is not ideal. I'd love to get that in for third shot.
Yeah.
Gets there anyway. Fourth shot, sorry.
Fourth shot.
Important that outcounted the other red if they want any chance for two.
Yeah, because when Doug plays this, he's probably moving his own red.
He may lose his shooter and the one it's frozen to.
So that would give the Calwell rink some sort of a soft weight shot, maybe down to the back one.
Yeah.
On the in-turn.
Important part here is just to lose that yellow.
Keep the
He'd
shooter
love to
around.
stick the shooter in the 8-foot somewhere and force Calwell into a double for his deuce.
Yep.
But again, with a 9-1 lead, you don't need to be perfect here.
No. Removal of the yellow rock will be priority one. Clean. They feel like. Ooh.
Good. Kept two around, made him play the double. That is a tough double.
That is a tough double because he's got to come fairly close to his own yellow rock.
Nope.
Yeah, you got to play it on the yellow side of it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think he
I don't
thinks
even
it's
think it's
there.
What are we
there.
doing?
If you come even remotely close to that yellow rock, you've missed this double.
Guess we're hitting nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not there, or are they just?
Might as well.
I think they.
Or are they
there, but I
agreed
think
on
it's
maybe
sliding off
handshakes
the-
after this?
Yeah, I
After this
sort of.
ends,
I
okay.
feel like the team looks like they checked out a bit. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they only manage a single here, you might.
I expect handshakes if it's only a single. Otherwise, they'd be taking a run at this too.
Oh, they're talking again. Go out with a bang. Come on.
It's close.
Yeah.
I like it. There's nothing worse we can happen.
With the outturn, it's a wickedly challenging too.
Oh, the outturn. I don't see the shot.
Well, he was holding his broom on the
I
outside
don't.
side.
So that's why. Ooh, well, that's.
Right about there.
Oh, they're talking triple. Make the
For what?
for two.
Second,
So I mean
third,
four shot
fourth.
into second shot.
Come down here.
Yeah, no. This is.
Come down here, says
Yeah.
Kurt. Max says, no, thank you.
I'll play a nose hit.
Yeah. Well, no, he needs this.
Clean. Whoa. Yeah, hard mat. Jesus. This one just
I don't
knocked.
think we're gonna
This
see.
one does not want to curl for him. That's another
So with
steal of
another
one.
steal, I think that's going to be it for today's game. But scores 10-1.
I was one. It was there. It was there. That was the only way you could do it without losing your shooter.
Commentator for it.
I think we're going to see the lead's favorite shot here throw through. Sweepers don't mind it either.
Over on sheet B, we've got a draw for two for Justin Murphy. She needs full 12.
Just put it in and let
Christian
him
Marshall rolled out on her last hit attempt, which gave Murphy this opportunity. Sweepers are right off though.
Well, it's a big rings, 12 feet.
Hard to miss, really.
Yeah.
It's good. It's sliding into the back 4-foot area, and it'll stop in time for a two. That gives her a 5-3 lead going into the seventh end. Scoring on even end. She's in a good position right now. Kirsten will be going for a deuce back. Get back into that game.
So Calwell's keep staying out, trying to make shots.
I think it's a one. I don't want to sweep. Holy.
Just through, Kurt.
Sorry. That's fine.
So the corner guard goes up. But Curtis Easter's second stone will hit the backboard just as quickly.
Yeah, same situation this end. If
they want no stones in the play.
Yeah, if Doug can and his team can make 6 peels in a row now, the most Matt can score is 2. And right now for Team Key's team, that's pretty much looked at as a force of 2 and a victory.
Yeah.
1, 2. We have to go. Kick.
That's us. Stop.
Hair high. Yeah. Make sure we get
So I went and checked with the director of competitions for the OCA, Dave Hutchison, and the teams are not required to play a minimum number of ends unless the game is televised. And although this is televised out to the interweb, it's not considered a televised game. So. And Matt continuing his superb play.
Insult to injury. Props from Kurt. That's all you can do at this point. Give credit where credit's due. He's played really well this game.
So low.
So low.
Should have. That would have been funny.
How much?
We need to hit it there.
I'm good.
It's pretty close. We gotta keep going though. We gotta keep going.
Trying to get this buried around the corner guard, not necessarily in the rings. It's that corner guard's so high, the red one, that anything they bury around there in the rings would be accessible to Doug. So he's just trying to
throw another guard.
Throw a guard around the guard. Just the one this time.
Yeah.
You sure? Made the last one look so easy.
A hair more, dog.
Again, broom right in the middle of the rock. We'll see a good positive release. Lots of rotation here, so the rock springs off on contact. With that much rotation, it's hard to hit it right on the nose. Almost did it.
I'm gonna let that come up the switch.
Nice one here, bud.
That's fine. You rolled to a spot where Mac really can't get anything buried around it.
So it's nice to see for the men's final. There's quite a few fans out here. We got the seats and the blankets are being well used out in the ice surface. The lounge is pretty full.
Right over.
Good support from parents, family, friends, club members.
Yeah, there's
Great
a lot
to
of
see.
club members out watching.
Really good to see.
Can't wait to see league play this week.
I know the bar was busy at the 5th. That's a good sign too.
Yeah,
sign of a healthy club.
Yeah.
There to there.
League play, see what kind of shots the members come out and start trying to play. I've been pretty impressed with the skill set of these young curlers, as they should be.
Doesn't pick up heat.
It's always entertaining playing in league play after a major competition, right? You watch the Scotties or the Briar in the Olympics and then come back to league play and we all can make those shots, right?
Watching the angle run backs. And
I think
we'll play it. Yep.
Another guard.
Yep.
Team Calwell's lead, Matt Pretty just verifying with the competition director that this game doesn't have to go a full 8 or 10 ends. If things don't go the way this end, if they don't score at least 2 or 3, we may see handshakes now that they've confirmed that. Often when you're watching games on Rogers or TSN Sportsnet or whatever, there's a minimum number of ends that the players have to play. I've been in one of those games that I did not want to play either. It's not a lot of fun out there. You guys are just kind of going through the motions at this point. They'd rather hit the shower and
I've been on both sides. I'm sure you've been on both sides of it too, right? You're out there and you're just like, please just keep letting me make shots now, because you're trying to stay in the moment and not get ahead of yourself.
Especially in the final. I mean, there's really they're not trying to learn anything new for future games or get themselves momentum back on their sides for tomorrow. This is it for the week.
Yeah, and for some of, I'm not sure about this team. Let me check the ages. For some of the curlers that have been here this week, this might be it for their junior years, because there's an age restriction of you need to be.
Oh, it is for sure. I mean, the whole key team except for Matt Hall is aging out at this point.
The key team's aging out. What about the Calwell team? I think that they may not be yet.
So 3 to 4 from team
yeah, this is their
key
last
for sure are done after this year. So nice for them to finish on a high. They'll remember this. They'll remember this week for a long, long time.
I'll actually throw it good this
Mac
time.
And Morgan,
I won't chuck it 20 feet heavy.
20. So I would think
they're
that
aging out.
this may be their last one, depending on when their birthdays are.
And a great week for them too.
Kurt as well, and they're all 20 years old. So this might be the end of their junior careers. We're not sure, but it's
one chapter closes, another opens.
I did not have the success that Cody Moss did at juniors and lost 2 junior provincial finals back-to-back years. So, but have gone on to continue to play.
Oh, yes, we're good this time.
It's on the little loop here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve for them. It's always interesting to see how the junior curlers manage that transition from junior play to men's. You go from often being at the pinnacle of your province in the sport.
Yep, big fish
on one end, and now you got to kind of eat a piece of humble pie and get well, maybe not. I mean, we've seen teams transition very quickly too, a la Rachel Holman.
Yeah, the women's side definitely has some.
They were in the Scotties Championships very shortly after their careers were over.
There's different routes to transition as well, because I mean, Rachel Holman took her entire squad effectively and transitioned, but then you got guys like Wayne Madon and Pete Corner who transitioned by teaming with more experienced veterans.
Right. Right. Yeah, and there's no proper way to do it. I don't think. I've had other junior players ask me what to do. Aaron Squires being one that came to mind recently. He asked, how did you find the transition? Would you recommend that I find a more experienced skip? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, it's great if you can find a more experienced skip that you're confident playing second or third or four.
Yeah, and John Evan did that too.
Yeah, Rizzo and Mike Harris right out of juniors. So it's certainly one path to go, but if the opportunity's not there, I think you can learn just as much by going out and taking your bruises yourself. Put together a good young team that's committed to playing a lot. And there's more than one route to go.
Especially here in Ontario, there's such a great Ontario curling tour.
It's fabulous.
You can play a lot, and you get to see all the beauty of the small town Ontario.
Yep. Yeah, there's all sorts of events almost every weekend from $50,000 purses to $8,000 purses. So if you're don't have the sponsorship to go out and play a lot or play the top teams, then you can afford to play a little more locally in the smaller events, and it's fine too. It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
So these guys will be on the phone after this week, I'm sure. talking to.
Who knows? Maybe they'll decide being those transitional teams. They all age out, stick it out.
Their systems are all working pretty well, both teams. I mean, even with the 10-1 deficit, Team Calwell, they've looked good all week. They communicated really well. They seem to work really well as a team. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't want to stick around together.
It's a nice come around. Just rub the backside of the guard. I wasn't sure. I thought they might have.
They had the backside and still got most of the guard.
Yeah.
Just can't make it.
The guard that's 3 inches off the rings.
Yep. Yeah.
The other thing for these teams too is a lot of them will go back and play in their university or college teams, which is a nice opportunity for them to transition to men's and women's, where they don't have to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket to pay the entry fees into men's events or women's events. They can play for the university and still be quite competitive. There's opportunities to go to provincial and national championships with that now too.
For sure. And even the World University Games, I believe, happen every second year for the CIS champions. So that's a pretty big deal. We've got a couple of college students and 3 college students and a university student on this squad, and I know that there's even a national college championships as well. So that season hasn't even begun yet for most schools. They may have picked their teams and they've done some practices or league plays, but the play downs for that don't start until after this junior piece is done. So
shot there by Doug.
Leaving Mac his opportunity for a deuce. He's going to play a nice little split on that rock that's just a few inches off the rings.
Not easy to come this way. It's gonna be that rock's going to be promoted on a pretty steep angle because he's throwing the in-turn into it. So he's got to hit it a little bit thicker than he would if he was playing the out-turn. Unfortunately, the out-turn's not accessible because of that long red guard.
Left by.
That'd be the more natural way to play this shot.
Morgan. Nope. Whoa. Got Morgan. Whoa.
So this is back using our brushing technique again. They're asking Morgan, who's going to help keep it curling. Now Matt to hold it straight for the last 2 feet.
Oh, good looking shot.
Oh, perfect. That was not easy.
There you go.
A nice deuce there. Bringing the score 10-3 with 3 ends to play.
Two rocks to come over on sheet B. They're playing the 7th end as well in a 5-3 game. Team Marshall's got the hammer. Sitting 1 but open, so Murphy's hitting to set 3 actually. If she can stick her shooter around, she'd be looking at a force. No great steal opportunity, but Marshall's probably going to be looking at 3 yellow stones on her last. She'll be thinking about a draw on her next one or an open hit of some variety.
So we're starting to get some tweets in here at 2016 ONJR Curling from Team Doig. I think they tweeted us the other day. They're asking if this game ends, are we going to show the ladies?
Morgan.
Please. The way we have our camera set up here, Ethan, or whomever's texting from your team, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a decent view. I'll have to look to producer-director Hugh Murphy.
Yeah, not sure.
He's not sure either. So
that would mean I actually have to focus on
yeah, you're asking the parents of the
broadcasting the men's.
Because we don't have to pay attention to what's going on in the women's game.
My stomach's in a knot to begin with.
Hack!
Hold on.
Just hack! Hack!
Oh, here we go. Riley Calwell, brother of the Calwell twins, is tweeting, giving us some more info, so he must be listening somewhere. Kurt and Matt age out, but Mac and Morgan have 1 more year.
Oh, there you go.
We stand corrected. What a shot. What a shot.
Just well played the technique.
Well done.
Thanks.
Nice shot, Lisa.
Ooh, Team Moss. They're tweeting us too.
We have a Twitter account?
You do. at Moss Curling. So Team Moss says you should see what kind of shots Cody calls after watching a big event on TV.
They're guilty as charged. We're not usually playing in March and April after those big events, so we don't have to worry about it.
Morgan.
Great tick by Curtis Easter on his first rock. He got both into the rings. Doug Key can now play the same shot. Why not? He made the first one so well, or he could hit the open one now that it was been promoted into the rings. No advantage to sticking around here because it's just jam bait for future peel shots.
Jam bait. Nice.
Same way, Kurt.
Oh, coach doesn't like it though. He's going, I have 2 timeouts left.
Ray always needs his moment in the sun.
So Doug's like, really? Okay. Knowing that the rule is on timeouts for the coaches, if they indicate a timeout from behind the glass and the team does not call it, and the team then changes their shot, they're charged with the timeout anyway. So the team...
What do you like, Rick? You want to take mine? I kind of do. I mean, you can put it right into the one you just hit.
That's the only rock that's going to hurt.
Which one?
That one.
Yeah, but we're going to get rid of it next time.
12 is not.
What are we going to get?
There's going to be 2 of them.
If we hit the open one, the most he can, and we keep peeling, the most he can steal is 1. Yeah. I'll cut the open.
All right, Matt. Okay. I like you, man. I'm telling you, I'm waiting. I'm calling the skip.
So there was the guidance from the coach.
Coach liked hitting the open one. Team was talked into it as well.
Everybody buys into the plan, and off they go.
You move along.
All right, Curtis, this one's coming right at me. I can see this line of delivery.
Yeah.
Better throw it good.
Yeah.
Slide good, threw it good.
Yeah. So he throws his intern, similarly to a lot of experienced players, sort of slides a little in and then
Oh, I wish I could do that.
crosses it out.
Never a doubt.
Yeah.
Hits and rolls out. Gets it out of the way so that that yellow can be peeled easily without any concern about jamming on that outside 12-foot one.
So the Calwell team playing back to the middle. I think they called for a long guard, recognizing more separation, more opportunity that the key team will have to only get one.
They need to be precise. We know how sharp Matt's been with these,
here we
with these
go.
peels, so he's just going for the one those are perfectly lined up.
Get his peel and shoes on.
Too much risk in going for the both. Good practice for Stratford with the air horn going on in the background there in his back press.
Ooh.
Tickle it over.
Yep. Good enough, as they say. You know, that's the thing when you're down up in the scoreboard like that, you have to make half shots and you're in pretty good shape. The other team has to make perfect shots and hope.
Another good guard. Doug's looking at the double. The team's saying, just take the one. Oh, the way Matt's playing, he may want to take it on.
Flare that out just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. He's okay.
Good enough.
Good enough again. Mission accomplished there. Looks like we've got some future juniors stars in the stands too.
So yeah, there's we got some Melissa Foster. My teammates come out to cheer on the
Good
juniors.
shots.
Yep. And she's brought her two youngsters with her. We've got some family friends, the Stewarts. They've brought out a couple of their youngsters. Justin used to babysit, still does babysit when she's available for them. So
Nice. Good to see a couple of the younger junior teams that were competing this week around today too.
Yeah.
Trying to learn from the experience of watching this final, seeing what it's all about.
Hanging around, cheering on their
Could
friends.
serve them well in a year or two down the road. That's what this week's all about for some of the teams. Not everybody's coming into this week with the goal of winning the championship. It's if it's their first time here, and
Yeah, sometimes.
Time this hit for me, guys.
Got it.
can you get them both? They're pretty close to frozen.
Pretty close to
Pretty
frozen,
thin
so
to get
we're
everything
about to
going.
see.
But you can at least get it off the center line.
6.
Very good.
6-8.
All the way out to a foot from the side of the ring. 6-8.
So controlled peel.
That's the job.
Yeah, that yellow moved far enough over that there's no way for Mac to get buried behind it and still be shot rock because of the red biter on the other side of the rings. Really impressive execution of these peels. There really hasn't been anything close to nose or jamming or they've been kind of on and off cleaning every one of them the whole way down.
Yeah.
Good throws.
Oh. Coach Tom looking for a timeout.
Tom Devaney, coach of Team Calwell, calling a timeout. I'm sure what he's going to ask his players is to draw the other side of the rings, even if it is second shot right now. If he can get a miss out of Key, they might be able to sit two
Right
at the
on
end
the
of
back line.
Huh?
Right on the mean mark sign.
Need the money line.
Where the two?
Go around here.
Go around it?
Or over there behind it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if we can get shot this side.
No, you can't really get shot. You just bite the ring. See, I'm biting rings. That's the only way you can get hit. You can hide there, yeah. Okay. I like it. I can dig it.
This is the right call. They're trying to steal. The end objective is to steal here.
Gotta throw it back
And by
eight.
throwing a center guard, it's pretty unlikely. Leaving an open peel again that we've seen them make 100% of the time this game. If they can get Doug facing two on his last rock.
Hope for
If they get a miss out of his first one.
I expect if this rock is anywhere close to being buried, Doug will walk up and use his red one and try and run it back, but we'll see.
Got you back eight. Room for days. You got lots of room, boys.
Like they've got lots of room.
Got you back here.
Indicating.
Gotta go like 4 feet sideways. Gotta go 4 feet.
So trying to make it curl, weight, and line, and they've done a great job of tucking that rock around.
That was perfect. They would have loved to have brought that back another rock, but really good nonetheless.
About a foot and a half of distance anywhere on coming into the nose of this rock is good. Remove it all.
Yeah, and over on sheet B, Marshall was forced to one as we predicted in the last end. So it's a 5-4 lead for Team Murphy. Playing the 8th. Not a lot going on. A couple rocks lined up in the 4-foot. Marshall's looking good for a force right now.
Yeah, Leo just made a nice double peel.
Yeah, Leo made a nice double peel, but still, Kirsten,
I think she's guarding.
Yeah. Justin would have to draw the 4-foot on her last as things play out right now.
Oh, this is, you're saying, whoa, I think they might hit. No.
Perfect.
So now they'll follow with the same, essentially the same kind of shot.
Just through this, so this should be close.
See what we get for a time on this draw.
Mine's pretty close. Mine's good.
I think line's good.
More good.
This one looks like a little more weight than the last one. It's close though.
Yeah, it's 14-2.
Rush down, trying to make it curl.
14-3 at the hog.
Weight is really good if they can get this to finish up.
Lock it.
Great shot.
So, the best he could do in this situation, and expect that we might see a blank end even this end. And these rocks hit. The red shooter will roll out, the red rock in the rings will be gone, and the yellow one will squirt across to the right-hand side of the sheet. He had to play.
Same shot he just played.
Let's see what kind of peel weight Skipper throws here. Put a clock on his. Oops, missed it. But I can tell you it's coming.
Not concerned. Just on and off the whole way, cleaned. Blank end as predicted by Coach Murphy.
And
that's handshakes. So congratulations to Team Key, the 2016 Ontario Junior Boys Men's Championship. Boys Men's Championship. How many words can I fit in there?
Yeah, great game. They came to play today, that's for sure.
They will advance to Stratford. When is that? First week of February?
No, and last week of January? 24th-ish, maybe?
Not a lot of turnaround time, so they'll get back to work. Probably take a few days off and then prepare for the big show in Stratford.
Yeah, they're pretty happy, as they should be.
Great games all week long. They were the premier team this week, and they proved it again that game. So they should be one of the front runners in Stratford, I think.
I would think, yeah.
Cody Moss, Janet Murphy, I want to thank you very much for spending a couple of hours here with me, broadcasting the 2016 Ontario Junior Curling Championship for the Mississaugua Golf Country Club. I'm Hugh Murphy for Curling Zone. That is a wrap for us for this event.
Thanks for watching Live Stream Curling. Brought to you by CurlingZone.com. Everything curling.